Sarath Fonseka became Sri Lanka's first Field Marshal today. The investiture was held this afternoon under auspices of President Maithripala Sirisena.
The investiture ceremony was held at the Ministry of Defence this afternoon. The ceremony commenced with the arrival of the heads of the armed forces. General Sarath Fonseka, who led the army in bringing an end to the 30-year-long conflict, then arrived at the ceremony. President Maithripala Sirisena, the Commander-in-Chief of the Security Forces, arrived at the ceremony following the arrival of the Chief Justice and the Prime Minister. Following salutations to the President, General Sarath Fonseka approached the podium. The Secretary of Defence read out the accomplishments of General Sarath Fonseka to warrant his being elevated to the rank of Field Marshal.
Field Marshal
President Maithripala Sirisena then presented the Field Marshal's baton to General Sarath Fonseka. Following the event, the standard of the Field Marshal was raised in Sri Lanka for the first time.
And now, His Excellency the President.
6 years ago, we were able to, through the sacrifices of many lives, to end the war and bring peace to the island. Just as President Mahinda Rajapaksa and the then government provided political leadership in bringing peace to the country, militarily, the army, navy and air force, the police and civil defence force made great sacrifices to defeat the terrorists. Under the leadership of Sarath Fonseka, who has been elevated to the rank of Field Marshal today, the Sri Lanka army and the armed forces were able to face battle and claim an exceptional victory.
Following the President's address, the investiture concluded with a guard of honour accorded to the President.
Marshal என்ற பதவி வழங்கும் சிறப்பு நிகழ்வோடு இணைந்து கொண்ட அனைவருக்கும் நம்முடைய நன்றிகளை தெரிவித்துக் கொண்டு விடைபெறுகின்றோம்.
Field Marshal Sarath Fonseka departed the investiture ceremony in an open vehicle amid the salutations of members of the tri-forces. The position of Field Marshal is the highest position in an army, and a person elevated to the rank remains in active military service for life. As a Field Marshal, he will remain in active military service for the rest of his life and enjoy powers and privileges equivalent to a cabinet minister of the government of Sri Lanka. All Field Marshals carry a baton in their left hand, a symbol of their high position. Sarath Fonseka joined the Ceylon Army on the 5th of February 1970 as a cadet officer, and after completing his officer training at the Army Training Centre was commissioned as a second lieutenant in the 1st Battalion of the Ceylon Singha Regiment. He went on to hold several commands and staff appointments. Sarath Fonseka served as a battalion commander, brigade commander, general officer commanding of the 57th Division, Commander Security Forces Headquarters, Jaffna, and Chief of Staff of the Sri Lanka Army before he was appointed Commander of the Army on the 6th of December 2005. Following his appointment as the Commander of the Army, then Lieutenant General Sarath Fonseka went on to implement many reforms. On the 25th of April 2006, Fonseka was targeted by an LTTE suicide bomber. Although seriously injured in the explosion, Fonseka, who was no stranger to battle wounds, returned to active service following a quick recovery. As the army commander, he took the fore in cornering the LTT from Mavilaru to Nandikadal and eventually accomplished the end goal with a complete victory. Following the war victory, the commander, who was among the heroes who made immense sacrifices to liberate the nation from the clutches of terrorism, was elevated to the rank of general. He was then appointed as the Chief of Defence Staff. An active participant in military operations including Balavegaya, Jayasikuru and Rivirasa, Fonseka received many medals in appreciation of his unwavering service. He is a recipient of the prestigious Rana Vikrama Padakkama, the Rana Shura Padakkama, the Vishishta Seva Vibhushana, the Uttama Seva Padakkama and the Deshaputra Padakkama. After a military career spanning more than 30 years, Fonseka retired from service, having ridden the country of the terrorism which had afflicted it throughout almost his entire career.